Good morning. Gonna do Somerset, New Jersey, Corrado Can. Gonna do a pre-trip, and then you're gonna, next clip will be on the route. See you out there. Looking up at this wire, going slow, looking at my mirror. If I see it moving, then I stop and I back up. The trick is, in areas with this Corrado Can especially, because this is a front loader truck with a box in front of it, with all this setup, obviously that makes it a Corrado, but could also be used as a front loader. But regardless, it's a higher truck. So when you're in these areas, there's always posts, or when you're in areas where there's wires above you, you're gonna see posts. And when you're in areas where there's no stop signs, you're always the one liable as a truck driver. But you see these posts, that's the high side where the wires are. So you want to stay on that side. So if I'm coming this way, I'm going to be more in the middle of the road because that's the higher part of where the wires are. It's always going to come down towards the house. So there'll be a high side of the area where the wires are. So I'm a swing driver. I know how to drive all of the garbage trucks, and I know most of the routes. I know most of the routes and how to do most of them. So that's also another thing. But this is the route sheet. So basically, pulling up, I could check it out. These are both Lifey, so this is kind of the manager's view. I can see all the trucks with the GPS, but this helps me out too. You know, especially when you don't know the routes completely. This one, if you're doing a route every day, you know it a lot better. Obviously, like a lot better. You know every single stop, and you tend to, you know, every single stop, and I don't know. Thanks, sir. All right. Thank you. All right, but you know every single stop, and you don't need this, like, to know kind of where you're at, because sometimes you get lost, or honestly, you get a little, I don't want to say disoriented, but like you lose track of where you're at. You just see cans all the time. Cans. That's all you see all day. But regardless, this tells you if a customer is suspended, or if they canceled, or if they're new, or whatever. So this is like for every day. This helps. I use both of these, but I mostly use this one once I start to learn the route, because I don't need to know where I am with that. And this is a live feed of where the truck is. This isn't cheap, this software. If you're wondering. It's called SoftPack. Always complete the turn, complete what you're doing, unless it's interfering with the actual operation of the truck, or anything really. And then do what you gotta do. Everyone that moves the world knows what I'm talking about. So driving on the left side is different. It's not that it's hard. So this truck, my opinion, and I think it's a fact, because once you drive on that side and get used to it, I think it's way better. But that's a stand-up right side, which I don't like at all. So that's why I'm not driving on that side. It's got to be a sit-down right side, the exact same thing as driving on the left side. All the same operations, because standing up and driving is, especially driving a, you know, up to an 80,000 pound truck, was not the best idea. There's areas for it, but it's not the most ideal thing for a route. So I'm looking at Steely's run. I'm gonna get this and swing it. So I can see on that small mirror the tire's almost at the curb, but you know, it has a little bit of an angle. Just gonna turn it. Always check. Sounds silly, but I say it to everybody because, you know, it's just that it takes that 1 second, that one individual second that you weren't paying attention, someone wasn't paying attention. Basically, you got to be defensive driving in this because there's no, you can't gun it out of there. You can't, you know, accelerate to safety. So you're always gonna have to slow down in a truck. So you kind of have to be thinking for that person always. But you know, your day's always gonna go slower if you get in an accident. That, you know, if you don't spend that extra 5 seconds, you're gonna spend an extra hour dealing with what you got to deal with. It happened to me. You know, it happens to everybody. And you know, I've had a couple drivers. Excuse me, one driver that I've trained that that really did a good job. I mean, wires and tree limbs are hard to avoid. That could have been bad. Because it's variable with the winds and stuff knocking them over. All right, so with this, kind of go back in there. Because it's hooked on to, like, there's like a hook where that bar is on the center of the garbage can, and usually, yeah, there you go. Nope, I might have to get out. I'll try one more time, and that's it. Got this GoPro thing on my face. Oh, that wasn't even connected, it was stuck. In the winter time, things get frozen to cans, and especially like roll-off dumpsters. That's always a pain. When the dumpster's in the air, like mattresses and cardboard always get frozen to the bottom. So an excavator, or I guess like that, so an excavator's got to scrape it out. It's a pain. The dump, you know, the smaller dumps will do it a little, you know, kind of for free, for better service, but bigger dumps, they'll charge you $100 or whatever, $50 or whatever they want, you know. Thank you, sir. Everybody helping everybody. I had a... Alright, this is relatively a straight line, so that's why I have this out. I'm going to switch to camera view in a second on the to the window. Because sometimes on the forehead can be a little annoying. But it's good perspective on the forehead. But be a little annoying driving. But we'll get this, and then we'll dump the truck, we'll dump the can, keep on moving. I didn't check if this truck was dumped, or excuse me, was empty, which all you have to do is hit the side. You can hear if it's hollow. So, but regardless, this route's pretty heavy, so we're gonna dump. Just pay attention, please. That's all I ask. I don't know if this guy forgot something at the stop sign, but he's been sitting here this whole time. Maybe he's gonna come complain to me that my truck's too loud. Just waiting for him to point me which one to go to. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he just pointed me to 2. I have auto pack on, so when that box comes down, the blade packs. Tailgate unlock. Tailgate open. See that screen start to move. And you see garbage start falling off the back. Extend the blade. So I don't want the garbage to come out of this bay right here. So I'm just going to push the blade all the way out until I hear a thud. stud. Now I'm gonna go all the way out. Garbage stopped falling gently. Retract it a little, push it out. Retract it a little, push it out. I'm gonna get out, make sure there's nothing on the seal. You know what? Even with the tailgate up, I can. Sometimes people have forgotten when they do this to put the tailgate open to leave, but get out and check it out. Gotta have a hard hat. Alright, that's good. So what I'm gonna do is get a stick and just clear that stuff off. And then we'll be on out of here. Tailgate lower. It's lowered. I'm gonna hold lock. The truck's gonna vibrate, and then it's gonna vibrate a little less. That's how I know it's locked. But when I'm waiting online to scale out, or after I scale out, which that's what it's gonna be, after I scale out, I'm gonna get out and double check, make sure that the tailgate's locked, because that'll make your day a lot longer, make it worse, cleaning crap up if the tailgate broke open because you didn't lock it. All right, that's it. Long day, but got it done.